Hey, what's going on? Strat Soldier here. Here to look at the updates on the actionable signals that we saw during the weekend shift. This is live, so if you have questions in the chat, put them in the chat. Let's look at what's happening out there, and we're going to look at the watch list from the weekend shift, see what's in force, see what's not. If you are in the chat, get in there right now. https thestratsoldier.com. Go check out thestratsoldier.com. That is where you'll find the next Strat camp. All right, here is Wu. He was in the Strat camp. Last month, or excuse me, in February. February was great. All right, and I have the next Strat camp webinar set up for April. So get in there. Get in there, learn some stuff, learn the entire strat all at once, all right? Learn how to create winning positions, add to them, and defend them with tight stops. And Wu does other stuff too. He trades Forex, he trades options, he trades Bitcoin, he does all kind of good things. So there you go. Yeah. Yep. Sorry. Oh, yeah. I see. Mr. Luciano is here, and he's helping me get some things in check. Chickity check. Gotta check myself before I wreck myself. I got too excited on some things. There you go. All right, so get in there with Wu, and get in there with, go check out thestratsoldier.com. And if you look at the website, check it out, you will see a new product out there. You'll see a new ebook on how to create winning positions using only one actionable signal, all right? Something that you can use with stocks, options, Forex, Bitcoin, crypto, all the crypto stuff, futures, just one actionable signal, all right? You can do it. Get in there, check it out. Mr. Luciano, yeah, I know. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Mr. Luciano, what we're going to be doing here for the next 15 minutes is just going over what we talked about on Saturday and then what's in force right now. If you have some things you want to look at, put it in the chat since you're here. Thank you for helping me out. Thank you, Mr. Luciano, for helping me out. We're not going to be here too long. And yes, this is a family show. So, this is a family show. So let's get to it. Let's see what is in force right now. All right. When I trade, I have all 4 time frames up just like this: the monthly, the weekly, the daily, and the 60. And this shows me all 4 time frames and shows me what? Time frame continuity. Time frame continuity. Very important. It's like the weather. It's always there. Okay? Time frame continuity is always there. And what we're looking for is the condition the condition of the charts, all right? And then who's the more aggressive, the buyers or the sellers? And right now it is the buyers on the week, the day, and the 60s, all green. All green. So let me give me that horizontal line that we used on Saturday. New week. All right. So new week. All right. So here's this week. All right. You'll see it right there on the month. We're still in March. Here's the week. Here's Monday. There's Monday. 2-2 reversal back up. Let's put the labels on for the kids in the back. 2-2 reversal back up on Monday. All right. 2 down, 2 up, and then 2-2 continuation. Very good. Very good. All right, and then here's your 60s. All right, new week. Here's Monday. Still good. Still good. All right, still good. Let's blow that up. Again, here's the new week. Here's Monday. All right, and then if you didn't do anything on Monday except for the last hour, 2-2 reversal back up right at 573. Right here. All right, you got some more. All right, this would have been the entry for the next day. All right, swing trade for the next day. All right, that 2-2 reversal went up in force at 2:30 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. Still good to right, even right now. All right, so yes, you can swing that. The hardest thing about swing trading is you got to remember that the daily and the 60 start over every day. All right, you have to remember that. How about Amazon when you get a chance? Yes, we'll go over Amazon because you are here, Mr. Luciano. All right, we're going to go through Dow Jones real quick. Dow Jones 212 reversal back up on the week. Here you go. The actionable signal is the inside bar from last week, all right? And it went in force above 423.10. All right, Dow Jones in force right now. QQQ, what's it doing on the week? It is 2-2 continuation up on the week. Now, what's that mean for you? All right, what's that mean for you? Because we do not trade 2-2 continuations, all right? We don't just jump in on a 2-2 continuation and go, well, it's still good. I mean, that kind of, if I just count the real body, it kind of, I mean, it's kind of like a 2-1-2 reversal up, but we count the wicks. So this is a 2-2 continuation up. All right, let's look at the Strat labels. Here you go. 2 up, 2 down, 2 up. That was last week, and then this week, still good. So if you took that, even though it was a little nasty, you could still be in that, all right? The magnitude for the week on QQQ is 513, 513. So far, so good. Now, you can't really just jump in on a 2-2 continuation up on the week. What you'd have to do is look for a reversal on the daily chart. So on Monday, if you took that, here's a 2-2 reversal back up, 2 down, 2 up. So you could have took it right here at 487 on QQQ. You could have done that. That's fine. That's legal. 2 down, 2 up. Also, but you couldn't take Tuesdays just right out of the gate because that's a 2-2 continuation. All right, no bueno. What you'd have to do is go down to the 60s and find a reversal into that. All right. So if you did not take, anything on Monday, you would have to wait on these 60s for the reversal back up. Remember, we trade reversals. So the only, based on the 60s and the Strat, the only way we could have got in today, Tuesday, is right here on the last hour of the day, right at 3:30. You see the time right there at the bottom of the hour, right there at the bottom of the hour, or bottom of the screen as well. So inside and up, last hour, right at 492. That's how you would have got in, all right, and made some money at the end of the day. At the end of the day. Still looking at, we'll look at Amazon here in a minute. So small cappers, that's QQQ. Small cappers is 2-2 continuation up, but it's not doing a whole bunch. Let's look at UVXY for volatility. Volatility is definitely going down. Definitely going down. Now it doesn't mean we're out of the woods just yet, but it is going down. You could take some puts on that and short that as it's going down. All right, that's one of the tricks that trading those ETNs Rob used to teach all the time. Utilities, they're saying get me out of utilities, all right? So that means they're taking their money and putting it somewhere else. XRT retail, 212 reversal back up on the week. That's good. XLK tech, 2-2 continuation up. Now you'll see that XLK tech and QQQ are pretty much the same chart because they both deal with tech. XLE, still good. Still good. Back through this level of reclaim right here. Hits the top. And it does hit the next target. Here's the first target, second target, third target, right at $93.99. Still working, still working. And here's your daily price that is reconfirmed by the money flow index, all right? Still buying. Still buying energy, and this is finally a little bit of mother bar problems here. But it is outside month to the upside and it is green. Biotech's still doing nothing. 2-2 reversal down on the month. Healthcare outside month in red and then 2 down on the week. I mean, 8X out there said it was a rotation out of healthcare, but I don't think they really ever got into healthcare. They were just like, we'll make a little bit of money here, and then they stepped out of that sucker quick. Consumer staples to the lows, all right? Again, let's talk about time frame continuity. It's red on the month, red on the week, red on the days. Anytime these 60s were red as well, it was full time frame continuity to the downside, all right? All red. So they don't really want consumer staples. Shaking my head with semiconductors. It is it is forming a hammer counter shooter type of situation, all right? But it's still all stuck in here. So nothing to be excited about just yet. 2-2 continuation up on the week. They're starting to move back in the AMD. We'll have to look at NVIDIA, all right? And then RSP, which is S&P 500 equal weighted inside week. Shooter and force on the month, all right? Not a lot going on here either. Since the first one was Amazon, he said, Mr. Luciano said, let me see Amazon. It's the least I can do for my small little mistake. 2 minutes. I was on for about 2 minutes, and then nothing was working right, and I had to shut it down and restart. We are hammer in force on the week. That's what I'm talking about. Hammer in force. That's it. All right. Again, if you go to stratsoldier.com, you might see a new ebook out there that talks about these hammers. All right. Hammer in force. How do I use this one single candle formation to create a winning position? Well, what you do is you wait. You see this candle formation? This is where the sellers took the price down, and on a smaller time frame, they started bringing the price back up. It closed as a hammer. And then you wait for this live candle right here. This is this week, all right? And once the price starts trading above this hammer, that is considered in force. In force, all right? Now it's trading above $199.36. You could have took it right at $200 even. Yeah, $200.17, and then put your stop about right here, 196, and then boom, Amazon still good. All right, now it's only Tuesday. The good thing about time frame continuity is you have to ask yourself, how much time do I have on this trade? And right now in this trade, you have it went in force on Monday. It's still good on Tuesday. All right, so you have the rest of the week to work this. As long as it stays above 199.36, still good, all right? And the magnitude is get up to 214.17. 214.17. Again, get in there at stratsoldier.com. You might see it. You might see it. It's called hammer time, all right? Hammer time. Hammer in force, actually, hammer time. Get in there. Get in there. Hammer in force. So that's in force, hammer in force on Amazon. We'll put that on the weekly watch list. I don't think we actually talked about that on the weekend, but it's still, well, it's there. Maybe we did. Maybe we did. Let's go to the weekly watch list. I got 4 minutes, all right? So let's look at the actionable signals that we talked about. We did talk about Amazon, hammer, all right? It's in force right now. Lulu, all right, we talked about this inside week. It is red on the month, but we talked about this inside week, and it is 2-1-2 reversal back up. Very good, all right, very good. Now, as long as it stays above $333.53, we're fine. We're fine. If it goes below that, we're starting to get in some trouble. We don't want no trouble. Now, it did take out the first target at 342. The second target's 367, all right? So, Lulu, yoga pants, all right? Apple, 2-1-2, reversal back up. The actionable signal here on the week is that inside week. Still red on the month, but the continuity that's in force, the continuity that is in control right now is the buyers, all right? This is good. Now, you could be working options on this. Personally, I would be taking some shares on this and try to get to 236. But you can trade options on that as well. All right. Google, what's Google doing? Hammer in force. That's what I'm talking about. It is red on the month, but hammer in force on the week. This was our actionable signal. This is why I point to the actionable signals and not just show you some random 2 down, and if we see another 2 up, it's a 2-2 reversal up. That is true, but it's random, all right? When you see these actionable signals, this gives you a reason to believe that this is going to go in force. This gives you a reason to believe the price is going to move, as opposed to just random 2 down and a 2 up, all right? So hammer in force. Once it got above 166.25, time to get it. All right, we don't wait for confirmation bars. We don't wait for this to end and then get to the next bar and then actually take that. No. Once it gets above that, once it starts trading above that hammer, you are in. And then your stop goes about 164, 64, maybe even 165. You can tighten that up. If you trade options and you're like, that's still a pretty big stop, you can always tighten them up. All right. So Google hammer enforce right now, and the target is 174.97. All right, there you go. Again, you can trade that with options, but looking at this broadening formation on the week, give me some shares. Let me work this all the way up to 183. Let me work this thing all the way up to 206. It could happen. All right, and it has happened. Here's the broadening formation in the past. They test the lows, they test the highs, they test the lows. It can never get above that. It's done. Google's done. Oh, this is bad. Google said, hold my beer. Hold my beer. All the way back up to 208. So you can work this. Again, I believe it's a lot easier to do that with shares, but you can also do that with options. All right. Be smart with selecting your strike prices. Net. We talked about that inside week. Still 2 down on the month, but looking at that inside week, it is in force above 121.05. All right, so far we're looking pretty good on this weekend shift watch list. 1, 2, 3, 4. Net is 5 actionable signals that are in force right now. That's a potential 5 winning positions for you right now. All right. Expedia, did that go in force? Mr. Luciano, can you help me out now? Thank you for being in the chat. Mr. Luciano, is that in force? Put that in there. Mr. Luciano, is that in force? Oh, my timer's telling me it's almost over. Is that in force? Mr. Luciano is out running around. He's finishing up dinner. He's like, I don't know, man. All right. He's got other stuff going on. It is not in force, all right? We would be looking for an inside bar. That is an inside bar right here. I'm waiting for that to go in force above 119. Oh, all right. He got to his computer. He said, no, sir. All right. That is not in force. So what do you do? You don't touch it. We don't do that get in early crap. All right. That's not what we do with the strat. We wait. What could you do? You can set your stop market buy order at 119. If you trade stocks, if you trade shares, if you trade options, just wait. You can also set an order there with options depending on what broker that you use. Correct, not in force, all right? But you just wait. You do not get in early. We have other strat groups that'll tell you, take the 60 because it'll trigger the daily, and then it'll trigger the week, and then it'll trigger the month, and then it'll trigger the year, and then it'll trigger the decade off a 60-minute chart. We don't do that, all right? Rob didn't really talk about that. So, we're going to wait for this to go in force, and we know that they really want it. All right, Palantir we talked about. Russell was in here, and he was like, wait a minute, what about Palantir? There's a Momo hammer on Palantir. That's an actionable signal. It is, and it's in force, all right? Momo hammer, all right? Right there above $91.81. What did I talk about earlier? All right, that is the actual 2-2 continuation up. We can't just jump in on that, all right? So what you could have done is taken the 3-2 up on Monday. All right, you could take that. That would be a 3-2 continuation, or you have to drop down to the 60s and look for a way in there. It's a little bumpy, a little messy, all right? But that's okay. If you did not get in yet, don't worry about it because you didn't miss it, all right? It has not hit target. And then even if it does hit target, we still have this all the way up to 125, all right? There's another strat group that'll say, okay, it hit target at 199, it did its job, it's over. Come on now. Still good. Add. All right, still good. Add. Give me the 125. Get me up there. Right now, buyers are in control of this. Only 3 more to go. VAL. Is that in force? No, it's not. DraftKings, is that in force? It did go 2 up, but it's red, all right? I don't want to start I don't want to start going long and buying something that immediately went red. Nope, cut it. INTC, waiting for that shooter to go in force on the week. Is that in force? No. All right, so out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stocks. These were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were in force. Expedia, no. Palantir, yes. That's 6. Val, no. DraftKings, no. And then INTC, no. So out of 10 stocks from the weekend shift, 6 of them are in force. That's awesome. That's 6 winning positions, and 3 you don't even have to mess with. You don't even have to mess with them because they're not in force, all right? Leave them alone. Another thing that I like to look at is the Strat Soldier Easy Setup Scanner. I have already sent that out on out there on the Twitters. If you want that, let me know. I can send it to you. If you have TrendSpider, you can import this, and it will be in your TrendSpider. So when I update mine, it will be updated on yours. Right now, it's set for inside and up on the week, and you have some actionable signals in there that are in force. All right, on the weekly chart. I do talk. You can day trade this stuff. But I mostly talk about swing trading. So you can see you got some things going on in here doing some good stuff. Good stuff, all right? You can see that. See me for more. And you can also see that right there. And you can probably look those up yourself. Again, it's on Twitter. All you have to do is import it into TrendSpider. Also, something I like to look at is the top mentioned 14-day Wall Street thing. Most of the stuff, they're not necessarily based on actionable signals, is what people are talking about. And right now, everybody's talking about Tesla. What is that? What is that? What is that? It's a hammer. That's right. It's a hammer. Again, the ebook, Hammer in Force. It's on the stratsoldier.com website. All right, you only need one actionable signal to create winning positions. Master this one, the hammer. This is actually an inside bar and it's a hammer, so we know that's an actionable signal for sure. 212 reversal back up. There was a slight gap up on this, but hey, it didn't fill. It did not come back down. It stayed in force right at 258 and looking at 303. Will it get there? As long as the buyers keep buying, the answer is yes. All right? As long as the buyers keep buying, it will be a yes. Yep, inside bar break. Yep, hammer and force. Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Luciano. You guys keep me straight, and you guys keep me on track, and you don't let me, and you don't cut me no slack. That's good. I appreciate it. We have standards here, and thank you, Mr. Luciano. I definitely maintain those standards. This is a family show. Weekly signals, bam, it's in there. All right. I said I was going to look at NVIDIA, doing nothing. All right. Is anybody talking about? Here's AMD. People were talking about. It is 2-2 continuation up on the week. So you'd have to find a reversal on the daily chart or the 60-minute chart to get in on this. All right. Me personally, I was in this for a while and I cut it. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and hold through all this pain. So I'm gonna wait for this. To get above 119. If it does that, all right, that you got my attention. We got one more. JG. I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate your. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. He says, I appreciate your teaching. I've learned a lot from you. Thank you. Is a red hammer bad? No. A red hammer is not bad. A red hammer is not bad. Where did I see? Where were Tesla? Tesla was green. Where did we see a red hammer? Let's go back to our weekly watch list, because I do remember seeing a red hammer. Weekly signals. Was it Lulu? Yeah, no. Apple. Which one was it? There it is. Amazon. All right, so there's your red hammer. Is a red hammer bad? No. All right. This just means that it opened and the sellers took it down. All right, and then on a smaller time frame, the reason why this candle formation forms is because on a smaller time frame, this is a weekly chart. So on the daily or the 60, charts, they said, let's start buying Amazon. And the seller said, all right, fine, we got what we wanted. All right, now we wait. This was last week. We wait. That closed as a hammer. Now this week, we're like, okay, we're watching this. Why? Because once it trades above 199.36, we know to get in now. We don't wait for some confirmation bar. We don't wait for the VWAP bounce. We don't wait for, we got to make sure it has $100 million shares of volume before I'll get in. No, we take it as soon as it trades above that hammer. All right, then it is in force. So you'd be in at $200. I said 17 cents earlier, $200.23. All right, about right there. Is a red hammer bad? No. All right. It just shows that the sellers took it down and the buyers are becoming more aggressive. And we want to watch that next bar once it goes live. If it trades above that hammer, we are in. Mr. Luciano, he's messing with me now. It's gonna bounce. No. That's a show for another day. All right. So this ended up being a half an hour. I wanted it to be just quick. The MACD crossover also. Yep. The MACD crossover. You are trying to get me going. You're trying to get me going. And I've already said it wordy dirt on my other mistake. All right. I'm trying to be good. We'll see if we do any more of these. I just wanted to come on live and just look at what's really in force and show everybody, hey, this is what, yes, we did talk about these on Saturday, but let's see what's in force. And it's working, right? Yes, it is. All right, it is. You can see that with your own eyeballs. You can see that with your own eyeballs. Let's do it. So, If go check out thestratsoldier.com. Again, I got a new ebook out there called Hammer in Force. All right, Hammer in Force. It comes with an ebook. It comes with a bonus vid. All right, it comes with bonus vid. And anybody who buys anything off the website, you have my undivided attention. You can send me emails. You're gonna send me DMs. You can send me all the questions you got to get you on track. I also have I also have the Strat Camp webinar set up for April. There's only 10 slots. It's time to get that slot now so that people don't, take your slot and now you're waiting until the next month, all right? Don't do that. We don't want to do that. the Strat works on it all. That's right. Mic drop. That's right. So thank you so much for being here. This is the Strat Soldier for the Weekend Shift update. If this goes well and we like doing this, we might do some more of these. All right. Thank you so much for Mr. Luciano being here. Thank you, JG, for being here as well. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.